Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Nexus Podcast. This is episode 25, recording on February 5th, 2021. We're in February now. How about that?
Yeah.
This is, again, the Nexus Podcast with Heather and Jimmy, your breakdown of all the important news in the world of Blizzard Entertainment. You can catch up on old episodes on nexuspodcast.com, which is available on all major platforms, Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, TuneIn, etc., and follow the conversation throughout the week at hashtag Nexus Podcast. Old video episodes are available on youtube.com/DJ Tyrant, and you can check us out on all the social medias. Facebook group, search Nexus Podcast, and our Discord group. If you just check out our social media profiles, we have a link tree to those links there. But as we always like to do, let's start off with This Week in Geek. As for myself, still playing quite a bit of WoW. Unsurprising. But
I'm shocked.
A little bit more casual than it has been recently. But I've been playing mostly PvP to gear up some. Just because that's become the most efficient way to actually gear up.
Mm-hmm. Is there a PvP vendor?
There's a PvP vendor, and that's why Blizzard has said that they're going to fix the PvE gearing situation, and I hope they do soon, because it's way more efficient to just gear up through PvP, because you're constantly earning currency in working towards a piece of gear. Whereas you could run 20 mythic pluses and be really unlucky and literally get 0 gear.
Huh.
Yeah.
I heard a lot of people complain about that.
Yeah.
That does not sound fun.
No, it's pretty frustrating. I mean, even in raids. But yeah, I mean, the idea was that you would get more quality loot, but versus
quality.
Versus how it was in Legion and BFA with Titan Forging and all that crap. Sorry.
You're so happy about it.
No, they fixed that solution, but made it harder to get gear. Or more RNG dependent in another way. Because it was RNG dependent before with Titan Forging. Sure. Anyways, yeah. They're going to fix that. They've talked about it many times in interviews, and they're going to fix it. But yeah, I'm mostly gearing up my Demon Hunter still. I keep wanting to be finishing my Demon Hunter stuff early in the week so I can play alts, but I keep putting off my Demon Hunter stuff. Like this past Monday night, the last night before reset, I was like, you know what? I'm going to do my Torghast runs this week. And so I was up till 2:30 in the morning on Monday night doing them.
That's why you were awake when I texted you. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that happens.
Wait, were you streaming that too?
No, I wasn't streaming it.
Okay, I thought I caught you on a stream doing something.
But still, my goal for this season of Shadowlands is to get that Keystone Master, which is the mount from getting, from clearing all the Mythic Plus dungeons at plus 15 in time. So I have a lot more work to do there with gearing up and stuff.
What does that mount look like?
It kind of looks a little bit like the same model of the Jaina mount from BFA.
Oh, the whole swirly water thing?
Yes, but it's a dark, ethereal thing. Yeah, it's definitely a Maw-inspired thing. I'll send you a picture of it. It's really cool. You'll see it and you'll be like, okay, I understand why. But other than that, I've been playing Phasmophobia with friends. It's super fun. I really love that game. It's so funny. And we're playing on the beta servers, which is really neat to see them update really often. There have been days where he pushes out 3 or 4 updates. So
it's insane.
Really cool.
It's still in person. That is mind-blowing.
That blows my mind. And also I've started streaming Fuser on Wednesday nights. If you're not familiar with that game, it's a music game from Harmonix, who you might know from they made Rock Band. But it's a DJing game.
Legit DJing.
Yeah.
It is hard.
The only thing that it doesn't have, which would make it a true DJing game, is
the little turntable thingy?
Well, that, and also if you could preview what track you're transitioning to in your headphones,
Oh,
That would be
that
the
would be
other
interesting.
big thing.
Like legit
Yeah.
skill.
Yeah. I didn't write this in the notes, but we've been
Mm.
watching WandaVision together
We
on Thursday
have.
nights, and oh my gosh. If you like got disinterested in the show after the first 3 episodes,
Oh, go watch it now.
definitely catch
Yeah.
up and avoid spoilers on Twitter, because
Yes.
there's some cool stuff that happens in the previous 2 episodes that are freaking amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's definitely like pandering, not, this isn't in a negative way, but pandering to like big Marvel fans. So like those of us who have watched like every piece of Marvel content will get a kick out of this.
Oh yeah, there's like a lot of references to like the
Mhm.
past movies and everything else. Yeah. And even the comic book fans, like I
Yeah.
love how like almost every number people have now like sleuthfully, if that's a word, figured out what it references and what comic book and this type of storyline. So I'm loving the videos of people breaking down all the Easter eggs from it for
All
sure.
right, and this is like a very minor spoiler, I feel like.
Cover
So
your ears.
skip ahead like a minute if you don't want to be spoiled at all. But Kat Dennings is amazing, and she's like a stand-in for the audience. It's fantastic.
Now this is the chick, the doctor
Yes,
chick, right?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I forget her. Darcy, is it Darcy? What's her name?
Believe so.
Okay, yeah, she's amazing. And Hex.
Yeah.
Hex. The Hex.
The Hex. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, I use the word Hex.
But
yeah, that's been a lot of fun.
Yeah. How about you? What have you been up to?
Tons and tons of game. No, not at all. Barely little gaming. Yeah. I played a little bit of Coffee Talk on my Switch. Like I'd go into bed and play a little bit, and it's basically just like a graphic novel almost, and you make some coffees in the game of it. It's very quirky for sure. And there's a lot of like meta jokes about how fiction of racism, and in this game, it's like uh, mermaids exist and vampires and werewolves exist, and you're a coffee shop owner, so you're serving all these very eclectic people, and so it's very fun to hear them talk about like current day reality for us. There's a lot of like screenshots of like really funny lines that I'm definitely taking from it. So I did play that. That's like the only thing I played. I did finish an audiobook, which is cool. I'm happy of that. I finished, it's called Writers and Lovers by Lily King. I gave it like 4 out of 5 stars. It was pretty good. And then I got a new phone. It's big and pretty, and that's geeky. I got the Samsung S21 Ultra because the trade-in deal was like freaking amazing and worth the pre-order. So we did get new phones this last week, I think. Yeah, last week. It's been a while. And
Can you just not wait till Diablo Immortal comes out and you can play it on that thing?
Oh, it will look so pretty on this screen. Yes, please, Blizzard. I have like the perfect spot for the icon and everything. But I'm confused of like what weeks and days are because I've just been sleeping so much. So I got COVID. I did test positive for COVID a few days after my brother and my father. And we're doing good now. We're past the 14-day quarantine. I can leave the house if I so choose. But I've just been sleeping a ton. That's probably the one lingering side effect I've noticed, which I will happily and gratefully take. So that's where I'm like,
it's good if that's the worst thing you get out of it is you sleep a little bit more than normal.
yeah, and I can sleep. That's another blessing. Like I don't have kids to take care of or anything like that.
And somehow I dodged it, even though we spend a decent amount of time together.
That weekend before we
Yeah.
started showing symptoms, and I was so stressed that you were going to catch it from me, and you're good. 2 weeks of testing for you, no positives, nothing.
No positives, thankfully.
Yeah.
No symptoms either, so I think I'm okay.
Every day I'm like, how's your throat? Do you have a scratchy throat? Are you okay? So we still haven't even seen each other yet. Let's see. I did log into World of WarCraft last weekend, I think, or last weekend, right?
Yeah, it was last weekend.
Okay. And it was for our friend Jarod's wake, our virtual wake in World of Warcraft. So we did do that, and that's like the only WoW I really played was to go dress up my character for it, and the procession through Stormwind for Jarod and his family and friends, and that was really, really nice. heartbreaking but nice. Um,
Yeah. And about that, there were a couple places that actually did do a little bit of a write up on it, including
after the
Geeks.
fact.
Yeah, after the facts. So the reason it was talked about more after the fact is because I say we is if I like planned. I did not plan any of this at all. The collective we, basically
Jared's
planned it
friends and
as a
family. Yeah.
real funeral, so it was private in that sense that we didn't advertise that it was happening or anything like that until like right before it happened. Mostly to combat against trolls, because trolls will do that no matter who it is.
There's been some history of that.
And the thing is, I know Jarod would get a crack out of it and find it absolutely hilarious, but we weren't going to let that happen.
And his friends would probably have been upset. Yeah, it meant a lot to a lot of people to keep it within the group.
Yeah.
So, and the nice part was, and it was you and a couple of other streamers actually did stream the procession from Goldshire to the what's it called? The
Lions King Rest, I think.
Lions King Rest, yes. And so you streamed it, and it's so it was in the write up with Wowhead and Jinx, or how do you say it?
I think Jinx. I think Jinx. I don't know.
Yeah,
GINX.
.tv. They had wrote up about it, and you can watch the view of this, or you can watch the stream of it from beginning to end, even well before. And that thing is at 39,000 views. So Jarod was kind of a big deal, is like an understatement.
No,
and that's just on your stream. So that's because there was a couple other people that did it too. But if you want to see it, it's like about 3 hours long, give or take. There was some technical issues of phasing when we got into Stormwind.
Yeah.
That was a little of a hiccup. But
yeah, it was funny because we were walking in from Goldshire, and I was relatively near the front, and I saw someone phase out, and I didn't realize it was Jared's mom. And we're like, we have to have her with the group. Like, that's the entire reason of this event.
Exactly.
So yeah, we made sure that took us like 20 minutes, I think, to fix it somehow.
Yeah.
But there was like probably 100 people at least.
Yeah, there was 2 raid groups. I know one was filled completely, and there was a second
at
raid
least
group.
2, if not 3.
Exactly.
Raid group size is max at 40, so at least 80 people showed up virtually.
And then 39 people have watched it, and it was a really nice event, and a lot of fun stories, a lot of funny stories, a lot of Jarod stories. And I say with a wink.
Yeah.
Because Jarod was a character.
Mine was just a funny story because I've already talked about it on the podcast before, but just because I wasn't going to be able to hold it together if I tried to say anything serious.
Yeah, I couldn't.
But yeah, I mean, if you want to watch it, I basically was muted the entire time just to kind of let everyone have their space to talk and stuff. And one that I thought was really kind of neat was Michelle Morrow was there. If you probably know her from hosting BlizzCon multiple years, but she came up. She's a diehard Horde player.
Yeah.
So it meant a lot. She was like, Jarod, you finally got me to roll an Alliance character, and she came and joined. And the cool thing was, I mean, if you know Michelle Morrow even just a little bit, she is a big Sylvanas fan.
Oh my god!
And she brought out the toy for that does the music for the Lament of the Highborn. That was just such a cool moment. Like,
I legit started to tear up at that.
Oh yeah, dude, that was
a good one.
Totally tearing up. But,
God.
Hopefully we'll see something in game honoring him. I imagine we will. I know Blizzard is obviously aware of his passing and knows of how far-reaching he kind of touched the community. So
yeah,
we'll wait and see. But it was a really nice wake, and I think everyone who was there got to say their
story, memories. And yeah, so if you want to watch it, it's on your stream. It's also on YouTube. Um, yeah, it's pretty great. It's hard to transition out of that.
Yeah, I know.
Let's go into good news of BlizzCon online coming up.
Yeah, we do have BlizzCon coming up, and
I'm excited.
February came, and we finally got some like actual news about BlizzCon. We were kind of waiting, but the big news was that it's going to be February 19th and 20th, and day one starts off at 2 p.m. Pacific. So it sounds like they'll basically do all the game stuff on day one, and then day two starts at 12 p.m. on Saturday, February 20th, and that'll be all the community stuff. So I find it interesting how they're doing that. So for the first day, they're actually having 6 different themed channels, so you can kind of bounce around to what you want to watch. So it sounds like they have a pretty significant amount of content for this event, and I'm really excited. I mean, they did on the video clip. There's little bits and pieces here, so you can see
little snippets.
Yeah, there's little snippets. There was I think the one you're going to be most excited for is the Christy Golding and Taryn Gregory like sit down interview. They kind of showed a clip from, which looks really cool. So I mean, obviously that's going to be lore stuff relating to Warcraft.
Yes.
And Hearthstone people, I know they caught Brian Kibler talking with a Hearthstone developer, so that'll be cool to look forward to as well. So I imagine we have quite a bit of Hearthstone news and quite a bit of Warcraft news.
What type of Warcraft do you mean? There's multiple types.
We're gonna get. I would bet money on these 2 things being announced. Okay. One, Burning Crusade Classic.
Okay.
WoW Classic is at the end of its life cycle. Next is released. Warcraft Classic is done. And we're going to get news about 9.1 for Shadowlands. Like, what are we going to see in that patch? What kind of story content? What kind of... Are we going to get new zones to level through, or maybe expanded zones or something like that? And the thing is, I know a lot of Warcraft content creators kind of been harping on this point, is because Shadowlands had such a good start, it's going to be just that much better than Battle for Azeroth was, where the first 8.1 was like trying to fix all the systems problems with Battle for Azeroth. Whereas this, there are issues, absolutely, but they're minor. So the team can focus more on expanding on the systems that are working really well and adding new stuff to the game. So I think those are pretty much guaranteed as far as Warcraft. And
I think...
and the other thing is it's free for everyone to watch. So you don't have to pay anything to watch any of the content, which is awesome. And
that's kind of cool, a virtual ticket.
Yeah. And so it's going to be both on Twitch and YouTube. So whichever platform you prefer, you can watch on either of those.
The channels.
Yeah.
That's exciting. I didn't realize it was going to be on both of those. I thought it was going to be on a separate, like, DirecTV virtual thing that they've done before.
Well, I'm not surprised YouTube, because of the YouTube deal that they have with Blizzard Esports.
Good point.
I am slightly surprised it's on Twitch, but it also doesn't surprise me at the same time, because that's where
the viewers are.
That's where your live content is generally versus your pre-recorded content, which is YouTube. Even though YouTube is trying to push more into the
live streaming
stuff.
Well, I think, and the cool part is that since it's free, you don't have to pay money to watch it. But if you want to pay them some money and buy some cool digital stuff, they do have the commemorative 30 years of Blizzard gaming with the Celebration Collection series. So this is basically all the digital cool stuff you would have gotten with your virtual ticket or your BlizzCon ticket if you had gone to BlizzCon. There's a bunch of stuff, and even on the next link we put on the notes, there's even a chart to kind of get through it. So there's a essential pack, a heroic pack, and an epic pack. Do you want to break it? I can break it down. I have my chart in front of me while you scroll through. Okay.
Yeah, you go ahead and break it down because there's actually quite a bit. And no matter what Blizzard game you're like a fan of, if you're a fan of just one or multiple, like us on the show, there's just a lot to go through. And where
each
do you want to
franchise
start
gets
on
some love.
stuff?
Oh, I'm just going to go through each of the packs and kind of collectively continue them. So for all 3 packs, they have 3 different prices, of course. The Essentials, the basic one, of $20. Heroic is $40, and then the Epic pack is $60, which is very close to the virtual ticket cost. The basic cost that they all have, all 3 of them have in common, is a coupon for 15% off the Blizzard Gear store. This I'm stoked about because I am all for a coupon here or there. I better be allowed to use for BlizzCon merch. That's what I'm hoping for. If not, there's going to be some problems.
There's going to be some strongly worded tweets or emails.
They all are going to have 10 Madness at the Darkmoon Fair card packs for Hearthstone. You're going to get a Tracer's OVS 03 Rogue mount with a Tracer Hero for Heroes of the Storm. You are also going to get 5 loot boxes for Overwatch. You are also going to get a 30th anniversary player icon and spray for Overwatch coming soon. I don't know what that means, but I guess they haven't released them yet.
So some of these, when you pay for it, you get the items immediately because they're already available. Some of these are coming a little later.
Secret. Okay.
Yeah, some of them have some secrets.
You're also going to get a 30th anniversary portraits for StarCraft 2 and StarCraft Remastered. So if you have some portraits still. You're also going to get a coming soon Diablo 3 pet. Don't know what that is yet. A portrait for Diablo 3 coming soon. And the adorable little WoW World of WarCraft pet, Moon Touched Nether Whelp. I think it's only for World of WarCraft retail, not for Classic. Now that covers all 3 bundles. For the Heroic pack, you get a couple more extras. You get the Snowstorm mount. Jimmy, you want to pull those pictures up on the other note page? That'll be kind of cool. The Snowstorm mount is a bear. It is an ice bear. We talked about that a little bit. You love it. I'm kind of meh.
I really like it. It looks good. So
it's an homage
to
the it's an homage to the original BlizzCon bear mount pet thing that I sold to a coworker for $20 at Best Buy because I didn't know better. Because he didn't go to BlizzCon. I felt bad.
You don't want to look at eBay and see how much it goes for these days.
I'm a good friend.
You are a good friend.
You also get wings for Diablo 3, also coming soon. You get a Reinhardt legendary skin for Overwatch, coming soon. Random Madness at the Darkmoon Fair legendary card for Hearthstone. And that wraps up the Heroic pack. For the Epic pack.
So that Reinhardt skin, it makes Reinhardt look like Jim Raynor. It looks really cool. Oh,
that's what it is in the picture?
Yeah, that's what the picture is.
Oh, that's
cool.
So
I'm excited for that. Although I don't think it'll replace Conductor Reinhardt, who's I think that's the best Reinhardt skin of all time. Like he makes train noises when he charges.
That's pretty good.
Like how awesome is that? No, but this
Paul
is really
making
good.
Train noises? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, it's an actual train noise.
Oh.
Yeah.
Even better.
Yeah.
Or not better. I don't know. Darren DePaul train or real train. Yeah. That's a hard choice. The Epic pack has a couple more things, about 4 more things extra. You also get 30 days of game time for World of WarCraft. So that's a nice perk for, pay month to month. You also get 5 Golden Madness at the Darkmoon Fair card packs from Hearthstone, 3 golden loot packs boxes for Overwatch, and a transmog set for Diablo 3, not yet released. It's coming soon.
I imagine that Diablo stuff is going to relate to some Diablo Immortal stuff because they haven't announced everything for that yet. We still don't know the full roster of classes that are going to be released and all that stuff. So
that will be exciting.
No, I'm excited for that. Yeah. No, and I think
you definitely get your bang for your buck.
Yeah, this for the maximum value one, I think is pretty good if you're into cosmetics because you do get the guaranteed
extra
legendaries for Overwatch and for Hearthstone.
I might do the Heroic. I don't really need the golden. I don't know. I might just buy the golden because I'm watching BlizzCon for free, so I have the extra money for it.
Exactly.
But I think that having the WoW time for World of Warcraft is an extra because that smooths over the Why am I paying $20 extra? Oh, okay, get some game time included.
Yeah, it's $15 normally, so
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Takes the edge off
Let's
a
see.
little bit.
Yeah. Now there was some news related to BlizzCon Online. And I saw this just today, and it's a little disappointing because it's a sign up for a virtual portfolio review at BlizzCon Online. So if you're an artist and you want to have your portfolio reviewed by Blizzard people, you can sign up for a Zoom meeting for them. And this was announced on the 2nd of February, and it ends today, February 5th, where you can sign up. Literally 3 days.
If you're watching live, it looks like the registration link is still live. So
at 11:42 on
yeah,
Friday.
Go.
I'm hoping they'll extend it. If you can maybe still go check the news tab or go to BlizzCon Online and check it, because honestly, it's a first come first serve for Zoom meetings, and the real catch is you get to sit with them on Zoom during BlizzCon Online, and they get to review your work, talk shop, get feedback, ask questions, geek out about Blizzard art with our recruiters and hiring managers. This was a thing at BlizzCon too, right?
This has been a thing at BlizzCon, I think, almost every year.
A long time.
I know a lot of artists, this is like what they really look forward to at BlizzCon.
Mm-hmm.
Because they get
because it was like a little
have
booth.
their work looked at by someone in the industry and can get tips and stuff like that and feedback. Yeah.
So it's kind of nice that they're able to kind of do that. I almost feel like it was maybe like a last minute, like we could do this. Like we have all the artists that would normally have been at that booth at BlizzCon volunteering to do this. And as I said, it's just a Zoom call. But hopefully you can get in on that, or maybe they can even extend it because, we do have some time, and, that'd be really fun. I'd be disappointed if people weren't, they didn't know about it for a couple of days and then boom, it's gone. So hopefully they're trying to make that BlizzCon Online stuff to you.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a neat touch. It's 14 days away.
We're only 14 days. I'm excited. I take the day off of work so I can just fully focus on BlizzCon. So we'll see.
I don't have to do sub plans. That's nice.
And I put out an email to Blizzard PR. I didn't tell you about this yet, but I'm hoping that they're going to allow co-streaming on Twitch, which basically means I can stream it on Twitch and we can talk over it and have our initial thoughts and reactions while it's going on. We can watch
you cry on stream.
Yes, pretty much.
Okay, that'd be worth a ticket for me right there.
I wish we had recorded our reaction when the Shadowland cinematic played.
I was just in my hands on my face the whole time, freaking out.
No, I was screaming no because I was like, the implications of everything. I was screaming yes. Did.
I was all for it.
I was no because Savas is bad.
Oh no,
no,
she's like Illidan. All right, so overall Blizzard news, we got some stuff from Blizzard.
Have a bunch of stuff for just general Blizzard news that we a little bit need to catch up on, and a little bit there was a lot of news just this week in general.
Last week. Yeah, it's a good thing we kind of delayed.
Yeah, no, we were going to do Tuesday. Monday night.
Monday night,
or Tuesday night, I can't remember. But we decided to delay, and I'm glad we did because we got a lot of news that we would have missed. Yep. But the big one from the past couple weeks has been that Vicarious Visions, which is a company, is getting merged into, or has been merged into Blizzard Entertainment. They were a subsidiary of Activision, making games for Activision. Most notably recently, the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 remaster, which were amazing. Freaking tastic. That is like
perfection.
Like very close to perfection. I mean, that's like that is how you do a remaster. Yeah. Where it's not just a carbon copy of the original game with prettier graphics, but it's taking everything from the best parts of the series and kind of combining them all into this super cool thing. And then they also give you the option, if you really want to go retro, you can have just Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 controls and stuff like that. So you don't have reverts and all this stuff that they add later in the game for long combos and stuff like that. But like, that remaster is just excellent. And the reason I'm talking so much about remasters,
you are gushing.
I really am. Is that the rumors are that they have been working on a Diablo 2 remaster,
What?
Yeah, and the speculation is that it's called Diablo 2 Resurrected.
Ooh, that's good.
And if I know the Instance talked about this and kind of what they would like to see out of it, and I kind of agree with Scott Johnson, where he's like, I don't want what they did with StarCraft Remastered, where it was where StarCraft Remastered, like, it's the same game with a prettier graphics package on it, which is a filter. Which is the way to do that game, because everyone wants it to be, everyone who likes StarCraft wants it to be that original gameplay, and nothing changed from that. And I think that was appropriate for that. But with Diablo 2, there are so many things that have improved with the game and how it's played with Diablo 3 that I think bringing some of that stuff into Diablo 2, while not completely changing how Diablo 2 plays, is important. And it's minor things. It seems like minor things, but they're really kind of things that just smooth over the gameplay as you're playing through. This is such a like small minor issue, but it would be so nice if this Diablo 2 remaster, if it exists, does bring in auto gold pickup. Like going back to Diablo 2 after playing Diablo 3,
like quality of life
so
changes.
Weird. Yeah, I'm talking about quality of life changes, but
yeah, I would think if anything that's something that Blizzard has like on their list of like, we need to make sure we have this. But it is nice to know that they have a subdivision company, Vicarious Vision, subdivision, Vicarious Vision, that they actually did really well with Tony Hawk Pro Skater, and that they've kind of blended not just the graphic upgrade, but the mechanic versions of the game. I have high hopes with it. But then here's my problem, Jimmy. I bought Diablo 2 not too long ago, and I haven't even played it yet.
I know, I'm sorry.
I need to play it. I need to play a lot of games.
There's a lot of games on your list.
Like Hearthstone and everything. We'll get to that later. It's exciting to hear and see. And I wonder, do you think they'll mention anything of like a Diablo 2 remaster at this coming BlizzCon 2 weeks from now?
I think so. And I'm basing that off of something we'll talk about in a little bit.
Okay.
But yeah, I think we'll get either some hints at it or a full announcement. So I mean, Blizzard doesn't usually hint at things; they just full on announce stuff.
That's true.
Like Diablo 4 wasn't announced in 2018 because it wasn't ready for prime time. That's why they delayed it to 2019.
Okay.
Yeah. No, and it's interesting seeing the reaction of this news in the general gaming populace, because a lot of people see it as, oh, you did really great on Tony Hawk. Now we're dissolving your company into another company. But
they're not wrong.
they're not wrong, but I don't think it's the worst thing. I mean, Activision Blizzard's goal for the past year or whatever, since the terrible 800 layoffs a couple years ago, was they were like, we want to hire more developers, and this is an easy way to bring on 200 plus developers into your company. So I don't know.
Now, where is Vicarious Vision located? Are they bringing them to the Irvine office, or is this going to be like well, I know it's remote right now, but like,
I imagine they're bringing them to Irvine, but I don't know.
It's not listed in the
Blizzard thing is kind of fluid. I don't know. They're starting to merge.
They don't need to have them in house when they already had an office.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll be exciting to see what happens with it, and it's also nice to see them bringing them into Blizzard Activision versus just like, we're sending it to you, go do it. So it still has that in-house kind of bubble.
And also, I think this is possibly a reaction to Warcraft 3 Reforged.
What?
Because Warcraft 3 Reforged a lot of it was contracted out to other companies. And we all know the reception to that game. People
loved it.
Oh yeah, everyone loved it. To to prove how much everyone loved it, it is the first Blizzard game I haven't bought at launch in a long time.
Moving on.
Yeah, moving on though. In fun news, Blizzard put up
cool.
some official Spotify playlist for the soundtracks. There's 4.
Oh, you're all over this.
Oh, I love game music in general, and Blizzard music is really high up there. But there's the music of Diablo, the music of Overwatch, music from World of WarCraft, which is 246 songs and 15 hours of music, just the World of WarCraft one alone. And yeah. I like this one. This one's fun. BlizzCon viewing party soundtrack with a big variety of songs from all their titles.
BlizzCon viewing party?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It's just, it's literally just a song list of songs.
From what?
From Blizzard games. So like there's some Overwatch music, there's some Diablo music.
It's just a playlist.
It's just a playlist.
Okay. I'm like, is this new music?
I don't think we should read too much into it.
Sounds good. And I don't even have Spotify, so that's all you.
Yeah, it's okay.
Let's see. Next one. Oh, this one was a surprise.
This is a big one, and I was not expecting this.
Nope.
Temper that with the fact that I wasn't expecting Diablo 4 to be released this year, but Blizzard did come out and say during their recent investor call, Overwatch 2 and Diablo 4 will not be released in 2021.
Wah.
So I know this is disappointing, especially for Overwatch 2, because the thing is they've basically stopped putting content into Overwatch 1 to focus on Overwatch 2.
Yeah.
And I don't know the exact timing, but it's been a long time since Echo came out. And that was the last piece of major content for Overwatch that I can think of.
You're right.
So
I think you're right.
I'm hoping that they put in some minor stuff into Overwatch to kind of appease the player base a little bit. Like, yeah. I don't know. I'm not expecting a new hero, but I don't know. We'll see.
It'd be nice to have another new hero just to kind of keep it more dynamic of a game, to kind of mix it up a bit. Because it's like, I'm all for skins and cosmetic stuff, but the game is still just the base game. And like, we played Overwatch 2 at BlizzCon. Like, that was really, really fun. And I don't know. Like, I knew Diablo 4 was not coming because that game is like deep into work of like stuff.
Yeah,
but like Overwatch 2 I thought could have been like maybe end of year or something.
Yeah, like we played Diablo 4 at the last BlizzCon.
That was fun.
And they were adamant about being like, literally everything in that demo is subject to change. So that tells you how far along they were in it. So,
but with Overwatch 2, it's kind of like, I don't know. I can also see where they don't want to overpromise too, because like legally, if they promise it has to be done within the year, there's like some lawsuits that could happen.
Warcraft 3.
So,
sorry, Warcraft 3.
It's legal stuff. But yeah, with Overwatch 2, I thought they would have been close enough. But then I'm hopeful that maybe it will be more of a difference of a game than what, it's not just Overwatch with a new graphic pack or something. So I'm hopeful it's going to be really, really great. And also because COVID kind of delayed everything even more so. So it's not a surprise. But, when they mentioned it in the investor meeting, that's kind of like, it's official, not happening.
And I know Overwatch fans are frustrated by this news.
Disappointed,
Disappointed. But please remember the wise words of the legendary Shigeru Miyamoto. Oh. A delayed game is eventually good, but a rushed game is forever bad.
Punk.
Oh yeah. There you go. I'm hopeful. I don't know. I'm not too worried, fans. But that's because Overwatch isn't my primary game. So take that what you will.
And there's other stuff you could entertain yourself with. Like, Lord knows Blizzard has a ton of other stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But yeah, it is disappointing. But it's also kind of shocking too that it's right before BlizzCon. Like, did they have to have this investor meeting like 2 weeks before their convention, or like could they have just delayed that? Because it's kind of like a spoiler.
Yeah, I don't know how the scheduling of all that works. It's way above my pay grade.
Yeah, right. But it counts as like BlizzCon news, Blizzard news overall. We did notice something doing our notes today.
Mm-hmm.
Battle.net came out with a new client.
Yeah, which was slightly news to me, which is kind of funny because I have been using the beta version of the client since BlizzCon 2019 when they talked about it at one of the panels.
Mr. Fancy Pants.
And I was like, everyone was like all of a sudden talking about, this new interface for the Battle.net client. I'm like, what? And I look at it, I'm like, wait, that's what I've been using for like a year and a half.
Uh-huh. I got the new Battle.net because I was not in the beta like a normal person. It's nice. I think the nice part is it integrates the social tab or the social page bar, I don't know, words, to the actual game screen. It's a lot bigger though, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
But even then, like, you're 4 iterations ahead of me because we actually checked like our settings of like what the Battle.net version is.
Exactly.
So I'm curious like what subtleties are on like my computer versus your computer at home.
I'm sure it's super minor.
But I did notice one thing when we were looking at like news content, like what's coming out with each game. It bugged me. It was like a UI thing. When you click like World of WarCraft and you're looking at like the World of WarCraft news or even like Overwatch, they will interject other news links to like the other games.
There's like a little sidebar that says across Battle.net, and so that has like Call of Duty stuff in there too, and that's always been a complaint of the new Battle.net launcher for a bit now.
Like, I get you want to pitch your other games, but like if I'm clicking like Heroes of the Storm, I just want to see Heroes of the Storm. Like, I got you, but I did not. I just noticed there is no. Maybe it's because I don't have the games, but there's no what's the other games that they play? Call of Duty? Is that the game?
Call of Duty.
There's no like Call of Duty tab on top.
That might be because you already hit it on yours.
Oh, did I?
Probably.
Cool.
Probably on the old one, and it brought that over.
Okay.
But I know the big thing is, and I actually attended a talk about this, and I think that's kind of what got me to try the beta out. Was there's a whole lot of accessibility improvements. You're able to navigate most of the app with keyboard, has better screen reader support, improved color contrast, all this stuff that you have to think about as a UX designer.
Yep.
And so that's really cool. But yeah, I really like the new, quote unquote, new to everyone else. I feel like I'm sounding like such an elitist, but all I did was choose the beta. Fine. I don't know. It's nice, and I'm glad it's rolling out to everyone now.
No, I like it. Like, I actually updated because it's like Battle.net has a new update. I was like, okay, I'll click that right now, and I'm like, oh, it's different. It looks really nice. It's not too bad. It looks more like a web page or like a program more than like a pop-up ad, I feel. Because like that's one kind of felt like a pop-up ad. So yeah, it's not too bad. And I can see who's on what. And I have friends. Oh man.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Yep.
Going back, looping back around to kind of what we were talking about a little bit earlier, the investor call happened, and we have some highlights here. World of WarCraft monthly active users grew year over year for the 6th consecutive quarter. That's a fancy way of saying they have more monthly subs for the past 18 months.
Yeah, that's good.
And they mentioned that World of Warcraft saw really strong engagement across both classic and modern game modes through 2020. World of Warcraft full year franchise grew 40% year over year, reaching the highest level in nearly a decade. So that's really good news for WoW.
What does it mean, full year franchise?
I don't know 100% what that means.
Okay. I guess just like
it's a lot of jargon.
Investor jargon. Sounds good. Above our pay grade.
Yeah.
Let's see. 4th quarter net bookings of World of Warcraft grew sharply year over year, driven by strong sales of the Shadowlands expansion, subscriber growth, and high participation in value-added services. Oh, is that them like pitching their in-game like server transfer stuff?
Yeah, value-added services are like server transfers, faction changes, stuff like that. Anything you pay additional versus just the monthly fee.
Yeah.
So,
while momentum is unusually high for a non-expansion year. COVID.
and this little part makes me think this is what made me think we might hear about Diablo 2. A few things up their sleeve with remastered content that will be unveiled in due course.
Ooh, that sounds like a Blizzard sentence right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remastered content. Why did I buy Diablo 2? I should have waited. Okay. It's okay.
It's okay. Yeah.
Let's see. On to the games, right?
Yeah, I think
Unless
it's
you want to
about
talk
time
anything else.
Yeah. We can move on to the games.
The current games.
I'm really excited for this. This is exciting to me. But Blizzard did announce just recently that they are increasing anima from Mythic Plus dungeons and raids. If you've been playing Shadowlands consistently, you know that getting anima to upgrade your Covenant buildings has been an absolute pain in the butt. It's been a bit of a drag and it's super grindy. But this is
why I wait.
This will increase the amount of anima items. We're assuming this is assumptions based on the current 35 anima tokens that you get from dungeons and raids currently. A +7 to +9 keystone will now drop 70 anima. A +10 keystone will drop 105 anima. The first 8 bosses in Castle Nathria will drop 105 anima. And the last 2 bosses in Castle Nathria will drop 175 anima. This means you will get 1,190 anima for a full clear of Castle Nathria, which is now available also in Raid Finder. So you have everything available in Raid Finder now. And
this is why I wait on doing leveling stuff for new expansions, because it gets easier as you wait.
Yeah,
no, I'm just
exactly.
lazy.
No,
but it's true.
It's a little bit of a catch-up mechanic, but yeah, it's nice. It still doesn't fix the loot problem, but we'll get there at some point.
Yeah. Hopefully BlizzCon they'll talk about it.
The other big thing is starting today, Lunar Festival through the 19th. All sorts of fun stuff here. There's fireworks, there's dragon costumes.
That costume is so funny looking.
The costume is great.
It's like bad funny.
Exactly.
Like it just looks bad and corny, but then you're like, it looks really, really cool. It's actually kind of creepy how like the bodies are separated.
Well, I think you need 3 people for it to form the full dragon.
So like, does it force you to like auto follow where you have to be next to them, or is can you like so. Literally? Like your butt could be in front of the view
because they're each different pieces.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. That'd be actually kind of fun to get. Or is it like the hive mind mount where you're like automatically with those 3 people? That'd be really cool.
That'd be funny. But yeah, there's the cosmetic Hearthstone as well. And yeah, no, it's a lot of fun stuff. So definitely check it out in game if you're looking for something fun to do.
Yep. And a new toy, even a Perky Blaster.
Oh, and those of you who are Venthyr, you can speak to an elder within the Ember Court. You get an exclusive thing here.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the thing?
I think it's just one of the coins from talking to the elders. So
now, Venthyr is the vampires. That's it's me. I can talk to an elder?
Yeah.
I should do that.
You should.
You need a reminder. How long is the Lunar Festival? Till the 19th?
Till the 19th. So a couple weeks.
I can play WoW.
You can.
All right. Gotta remind me, please. Let's see.
But on the tradition Lunar Festival,
this happened automatically for me, which is great.
Yeah, the lucky
new mount.
The lucky Yoon mount came out. If you are on a current 6-month sub, you should already have this in your account. Make sure to go to your Battle.net client and click. There should be a little gift icon in the top right. Click on that, sign it to your account, and you get that.
It's a gold ox.
It's a gold ox for the Year of the Ox, which makes sense.
I kind of like the pig one more.
Have you seen the animation of this mount?
I have not seen it. Jimmy, click it.
It's fantastic. So let me
click. I'm watching a Sun stream.
All right. I think they
I have
showed the
not seen
jumping
animation.
animation. It's really cool. So
Whoa,
yeah,
that is
it
like an
flies
intense
like
charge.
normal. But are they not? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so it does that slam down on the ground.
Sparkles. Oh, it just did a barrel roll.
It did a barrel roll.
And it sparkled. Okay, I like it now.
Yeah.
So it did a barrel roll and it sparkles.
If you already have a 6-month subscription, you'll have it. If you want to change over to 6-month sub, you can get it as well.
Do it.
If that's not your thing, you can buy it separately for $25.
Yeah.
Depending on how you feel about store mounts.
Oh yeah, that's a thing. Or you could even, if you want to, Jimmy, on Battle.net, add it to your wish list. Because the Battle.net client has a wish list.
This is true.
And you can buy it for friends.
The Battle.net store does have a wish list, and you can go through and check out what your friends are doing.
Mm-hmm. So when you add that add to wish list, maybe you have some friends during BlizzCon that might actually want to buy you some stuff or birthday gifts. I'm doing that for your birthday this year. Done.
There we go. But also going on currently, Mythic Dungeon Invitational Cup 2 is underway.
I watched some of these.
Day 1 is concluded and day 2 starts up tomorrow for live viewers. Those of you listening to recording, if you're listening to it right at the release of the recording, you can probably catch day 3 over on youtube.com/warcraft. But definitely check it out. I know there was a lot of issues with the first cup, but I don't know if they've been fixed. But I assume
when you
Blizzard
say issues,
there is a lot of stuff with certain dungeons bugging out.
Yes, I saw that. The maze.
Okay. Yeah, the maze.
Yeah, the Artemis maze thing was bugging out. I remember watching that, and they had to like reset it like 2 times at least.
Yeah.
And also, I don't know if it was me because I was watching it on YouTube, but like I would go to like day 1 and click the first video of day 1 on their little playlist, and it would start like in a weird spot. It's like
weird.
the video recordings weren't like organized properly. Maybe it's more organized on Twitch, but
well, it's only on
I was
YouTube.
Actually watching. Oh, it's only on. You're right.
It's exclusive to YouTube.
So I'm hoping maybe they'll figure it out because it wasn't very well edited, I guess you could say, or something. I don't know. Because I watched it like a day or 2 later. But it was fun to watch it. It was actually really neat. And the casters were doing a really good job too.
No, they do a really good job. I'll definitely check out more tomorrow. Because I didn't really get to check it out today.
I think the fun part, even the casters brought up, was the fact that the teams watch each other while playing. So they can actually see if their competition like died or wiped during a phase. And they can kind of change their strategy. But not only that, they have the VODs to watch it later. So they'll steal ideas from like the other teams, like, oh, that was a good technique. And then use that for the next run. So they even said too, like each week or each time this happens, it is a newer, more modernized version of ideas and strategies. So it's kind of exciting to see it in long term.
Yeah, and I think my favorite thing about MDI is seeing which teams play it more conservative and safe on pulls versus other teams who are just like, we're gonna pull like 20 packs and just AoE them down like crazy, and if it backfires like horribly for them.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun to watch. Definitely, if you're pushing Mythic keys, it's definitely interesting to watch and see what strats they do, what paths they use for the dungeons, and also what compositions they're running. Death or Demon Hunter Tank seem to be the clear winner from what I'm seeing, which is making me want to switch over. Healer. Yeah, Paladin Healer.
It is fun.
So I don't know. It's interesting how they changed the rules from last year to this year where you can't have 2 of the same class. They were kind of hoping that would have a lot of variety to the event, but unfortunately it's kind of just settled into the same 5 classes for pretty much everyone, which kind of sucks overall because not everyone's going to see their class represented, unfortunately.
But having it with 2 of the same type wouldn't have guaranteed that either. No,
that's true, but I don't know.
It's a dungeon.
They were trying to fix it, but it didn't really necessarily fix the way they wanted it to. But yeah, that's most of the WoW news. There's been a lot of hot fixes. There's a minor patch coming out soon that we don't know exactly what's in. So wait for BlizzCon for more info.
Anything on Warcraft 3, Jimmy?
No.
Okay. You literally put under notes Warcraft 3 LOL.
I hate to braid on it more, but it's in such a bad spot.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
Let's move on. Overwatch.
Let's move on. Overwatch. We have
Something new.
Brand new event. Again, It is time for the Year of the Ox.
The Lunar New Year stuff. Woo.
Yeah, Lunar New Year stuff is here. There's a whole bunch of new skins.
Mm-hmm.
And a brand new mode, which is the Bounty Hunter mode, which is basically a variation on Deathmatch, where the player who gets the first kill becomes the target, and everyone else is the bounty hunter, and you get extra points by killing the target. And if you kill the target, you become the next target.
Is it just a fancy way of playing tag?
It really is.
Okay. But you kill them, you shoot them down. Yeah. That's the difference. Okay.
But is par for the course. Every week has a new skin to unlock with 9 wins. Week 1, which is this week, is Terracotta Medic Baptiste, which is like a stone statue looking version of it. It makes me makes me think of the Brigitte skin from Halloween recently, I think.
See, I'm thinking of like the actual terracotta soldiers that were discovered in history and like that cool museum type thing.
What that makes me think of is Mists of Pandaria, because they had a whole lot of those there where there were statues and you walk past them and they come alive and bop you.
And Baptiste, he looks good.
Baptiste is good.
With a stone. He's handsome.
Week 2, I'm not even going to try to say what this is. But it's
Google
a McCree epic skin.
Xike? Xiake. The Wanderer McCree.
Yeah.
He looks like Medivh, like an Asian.
He kind of does.
With the feather cape going across him.
Yeah, the feather cape and the straw hat.
I do love the belt buckle has like characters for it. Like it's definitely like it better translate to Banff. That's all I have to say.
I hope so.
Yeah. If not, there's a problem.
Yeah. And then week 3 is an Imperial Guard Reaper skin. This one just makes me think of Mulan. Yeah. The main villain in Mulan. He has that mustache and everything.
Yeah, that is a gorgeous red like coat, and that is like pretty. It's intimidating too. Like that's horrifying to see that like charge at you.
But there are other skins as well that you can earn through loot boxes. The Orisa skin is a bull demon. This one's pretty good. I like this one. It's pretty intense.
That one is very, very scary looking. Yeah. The Lunar New Year is like, it's so pretty, but like horrifying if that were to charge at you.
Yeah. There's a Bastion dragon.
That looks really, really cool.
Pretty cool looking.
Yeah. With like the shoulder armor and everything like that.
I forget what's the
Kakashi? The Echo
one. Yeah.
Very like bird like. It almost looks like a harpy in World of Warcraft. But
and then
I love it.
There's this Widowmaker one. What's the name of the Widowmaker one?
Pale Serpent.
Okay.
Very, very cool. Very white.
The one that I'm going to craft if I don't get it in a loot box is going to be this Ash skin, because it looks freaking awesome.
Bob is a tiger. Oh my gosh, so good. And then it has, of course, the Imperial Guard, the Terracotta Medic, and McCree's awesome Medivh looking skin. And they do have 3 new intros for 2021.
Yeah, the 3 new intros are pretty cool. I really like the Diva one. The Diva one is really good.
Echo has a fan dance, which looks really elegant. Diva, of course, is a very snarky looking fireworks blowing up behind her. And then, what's the one with the portals that does the hand thing? Symmetra has a cool shining bull, which of course you're the bull,
Mhm.
or ox, I should say.
Yeah.
Just looks really, really cool. No new emotes though.
No, but as always, if you missed out on previous years of Lunar New Year skins, they are craftable and available through loot boxes. And there is that deal that they always do now, where you
Such a
get
good deal.
50 loot boxes and 10 quote unquote free.
Yep.
For $40. So if that's something
Do
you
you
want
still
to
have
do,
that Blizzard Battle.net gift card from
I
Christmas?
I do. I haven't
Oh
spent any of
man.
it yet.
You should do that and get the Bob skin.
It's either this or the BlizzCon or 30th anniversary bundle
Oh, we could do that?
stuff. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I have some money left over my Battle.net account. Cool. All right. Then moving on from Overwatch the game, we have some Overwatch League news. Now, okay, yeah, you had that on the second one. Good. I'll let you talk because you definitely have dived a lot deeper into this news developments.
Yeah, Overwatch League is, oh my gosh, why is this ad covering up the page? Sorry.
Don't yell. Can't you close it?
No, it's not letting me. Anyways,
Oh,
Overwatch League and Call of Duty League teams can now independently sell merchandise. So this basically is the end of the Fanatics deal for Overwatch League and Call of Duty League, which I am
yay.
very happy for.
Yes.
Yeah, Fanatics not being involved is nice.
And I'm curious if that will bleed into like Blizzard gear as well. Like I understand the Overwatch League aspect for it, but I would definitely be interested to see what happens with the blah blah blah. Oh my gosh, brain fart. The Battle.net store, Blizzard gear store. There we go. Because I don't know, Fanatics, they're okay.
Yeah, but what's interesting is now everyone can make their own gear. Like for example, I'm showing the San Francisco Shock. They have their own gear and website and everything.
Carrier.
So yeah, I feel like this is going to be better for the teams. They can more easily personalize it and have it be their style versus where Fanatics, everything was exactly the same for each and every team as far as like how you browse the shop and what items were available. It was like, oh, if you want this poster, well, it's available for every single team and it's the same style for every team.
Well, and I think it helps to have that uniformity across the teams because like if you get a keychain, I want the same type of keychain because like we have opposite teams. But yeah, the idea that they can customize, and I think especially too, they can also target too, because if you look at like is it the Shock? The snappy one. The one with the finger.
One? Oh, the Shock.
The Shock, there we go.
No, the Spark. Hanjo Spark. There we go.
If you go to their page, it's in Chinese, Korean. I don't know what the language is, but it's not in US.
It would be Chinese, yeah.
It's in Chinese. So you can have that, like, I guess most of their fans are going to be in China. So therefore their website is going to be geared towards Chinese teams to buy it. But I'm curious to like what could be like in the US purchasing of that. So I feel like that's a little bit of a concern. But I do like the idea of them personalizing it and customize it to their target audience because it is their home team. And that's the whole point of Overwatch League is to have a home team.
Exactly.
So that's exciting. And we will kind of go over that in the Loot IRL later on because I did have us click a few things there and kind of compare the sites. But yeah, no more Fanatics for Overwatch League is okay.
I'm happy with it.
Yeah. You're not happy with this next story, though.
No, this is my least favorite story that I've had to talk about. It's so frustrating. So, LA Valiant has dropped all of their players and staff and are moving to China for the 2021 season. Now, they did announce that they were going to play in the Eastern Division in China a couple months ago. And we were like, okay, that's fine. NYXL is doing that. Philadelphia is doing that. I understand why they just want to have everyone in one central location, and be able to play against those Pacific teams. But the true problem with this is the timing of this. Because this is past the point where teams are allowed to sign people onto their roster. So the players that they dropped, is Blizzard going to make an exception for them to sign up for other Overwatch League teams? Or are other Overwatch League teams going to want to sign these players so late in the cycle before season starts? You're muted. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm really unhappy with this. Pretty much everyone disliked it. I don't know anyone who's been happy with it at all. Yeah, I mean, even the coaching staff got let go. Agilities had been announced as a player for the roster. He had been with the Valiant in season 1, season 2, and was on Toronto for season 3. So having him come back for season 4 was like something I was really looking forward to, and a lot of Valiant fans were looking forward to. And the fact that they're just kind of ditching their LA fan base, it feels like. I know it's COVID and all. Oh, that's the other thing, is they blame this on COVID related visa issues. Now, that's awfully convenient, first of all. And why are other teams able to do this but not Valiant?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. I don't know. And that I'm curious that even like Blizzard allowed them, because Blizzard's running the Overwatch League, right? Like this is their baby. I don't know.
Yeah,
there's a lot more story to this.
Oh, there's a lot more to this. And that's the other thing that's frustrating about this, is like Blizzard had to okay this in some regard. Because they're the runners of this league. They could have put their foot down and be like, no, you can't do this.
At least not for this rest of the year.
Yeah,
like
you can't,
next year you can do whatever you want.
Can't screw over these players you signed.
Yeah. Because that was the whole point of having the Overwatch League.
There's contracts and everything. So I don't know if they paid out the players for the duration of their contract or whatever that all involves. I'm sure we'll probably never find out the exact details, but
there's an NDA or
I'm
something.
just super disappointed in Valiant, and I'm taking applications from Overwatch League teams to become a fan of them.
Gladiators, do it.
Probably Gladiators.
Do it.
But Soul Dynasty has always been like my second favorite, so maybe they'll become my primary. Who knows? We'll see.
I'm staying with Gladiators.
Gladiators are awesome though.
Yes, they are.
But into kind of sad news, but not nearly as sad as that.
For you.
We did see that Sure4 is retiring from competitive Overwatch, but he's joining the Sentinels as a content creator. Sentinels, I believe they were the original owners of the Gladiators before they got sold off. So it's kind of like Sure4 is coming back to the old Gladiators family. Yeah. So it's kind of cool to see. But yeah, a lot of teams are really beefing up their content creator contracts, and Sure4 is really awesome. I think I've watched his stream a couple times, and he's pretty funny. He has really dry humor, so it's really cool to see him.
Well, I think the nice part is,
oop, lost you again. I don't know what happened. You're still your mouth's moving, but I don't hear anything. But yeah, Sure4 was part of LA Gladiators and a part of Team Canada during his Overwatch League tenure. But he does play other games like Apex Legends and Valorant. And Valorant, Sentinels has a pretty strong team there with a bunch of old Overwatch League players as well. So, are you back? Looks like you're still figuring something out. I don't know what happened. But I'll just keep going down the list here, because there are a couple other content creator signings that did happen. Toronto Defiant signed Fran as a content creator. She is mostly well known for her community tournaments that she has ran for the Overwatch team, Overwatch community. She plays a really good Anna, and I think is a really good pickup for Toronto Defiant. So really good that she's staying in the Overwatch League family. She did streamed for Atlanta Reign. So it looks like those contracts are expiring and those creators are allowed to go look for other opportunities. Because a fellow Atlanta Reign alum, Emon, he signed with the San Francisco Shock as a creator as well. He is probably one of my favorite Overwatch streamers right now. He's really positive and funny, and he has a cat that sits up on his desk, and it's amazing. Definitely cool to see all these teams beef up their streaming rosters too, because these teams, they need to have their brand put out there. But that's mostly it for the Overwatch news. We do have a little bit of news. I can hear you now.
Yeah,
there we go.
Okay. Resetting USB cable.
Yeah,
all right.
That sometimes happens. Any thoughts on that stuff from Overwatch and Overwatch League?
Other than you being a Gladiators fan? Sure.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. No, it's interesting, and I think especially because it's like right before, well, it's in the middle of the game year, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I don't know. There's gonna be a lot more stories and drama, and I think that's kind of the excitement in leagues or esports. So we'll see how it goes. I'm disappointed because of all the shakeup that's happening, because of the fact that Overwatch League was supposed to be consistent and have those contracts. So I'm curious to see what Blizzard will be doing in the near future for that. But we'll have to see as it goes.
Yeah, that we will. Yeah, I'm really disappointed in you, Valiant. That's all I gotta say.
You were legit upset, and I was like, I am so sorry. I actually feel bad. Like it was a fun banter between us, like having the different LA teams. I
unfollowed them on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, and I left their Discord server. That's how bad I am about this.
I'm so sorry, babe.
It's okay.
You and a lot of other LA people. There was a whole crew of people. Could you imagine
upset
if this happened in like real life, in like an arena, like with the actual like Valiant fans? Like they are hardcore fans.
Hey, we're moving to China. See you guys.
Oh my god.
No, it's just it's disappointing to see them go from the first season where they were super involved in the local community and were doing stuff with it like LA Pride and stuff like that, and doing viewings at the Guild Hall and stuff like that, into whatever this is I gesture wildly with my arms.
Oh man.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
But moving on, because there's not a smooth transition from that to Diablo. The other thing we didn't mention, because we wanted to save it for this, was the investor call. They did say that the Diablo Immortal launch is planned for later this year. So
my phone is ready.
Light at the end of the tunnel. Other than that, news is quiet for Diablo until BlizzCon.
Yeah. Any Diablo. All of the Diablos. But same with StarCraft, if there's any news for StarCraft.
Yeah, StarCraft's quiet. Semi-related to StarCraft, I was up browsing Twitch late last night after we watched WandaVision.
You were supposed to go to bed.
I know, I was. Tasis and Artosis were casting a different game. They were casting Valorant.
They can do that?
They can do that.
No.
It was just so surreal to hear them talking about Valorant and not StarCraft.
Oh man.
But man, every time I talk about them, it's like returning to an old friend. And it's comforting just hearing them banter. Not really, but oh my god, it's okay.
Yeah. We know their mom. We know Tastes' mom.
Yeah.
She's great.
Speaking of that, okay, now you reminded me of something else. I don't think we talked about it on the show, but this kind of ties into StarCraft news a little bit at least. There's a new studio that got created called Frost Giant Studios. And it's a bunch of old StarCraft 2 people, including Tasteless and Day9's mom.
I'm a fan of it just because she's part of it.
Yeah. And Carbot did their logo.
That's amazing.
But yeah,
what's it called again?
It's called Frost Giant Studios. But
we
yeah,
should go there.
If you look at who is on there, yeah, well, let me bring that up real quick here.
Is this in LA?
Irvine area, I think.
We can go there.
That would be cool.
Oh man, how fun when COVID's over.
But yeah, they're looking to make the next real-time strategy game.
Oh man, because RTS. I was in a group and they talked about that.
And if you look at the team here, you'll notice Tim Morton. We interviewed him at the Legacy of the Void launch event. But yeah,
how fun.
Carla LaForge is Day9 and Tasteless' mom. But there's a whole bunch of other people. Ryan Shooter. His is kind of a really cool story. He created this overlay for StarCraft 2 esports independently outside of Blizzard called GameHeart. And Blizzard was like, we love this. Let's hire you.
Yep.
And so he worked at Blizzard, and obviously now he's at Frost Giant Studios. And I think that the really interesting one for lore people, at least, is Mickey Nielsen is a part of this. It kind of sounds like a contract basis, at least a little bit, but he was heavily involved in lore with Blizzard and left probably 5-6 years ago. So we were kind of wondering where he would end up, if he would still stay in the game industry or whatnot. And here he is back at it.
And so it's in Orange County, and they're looking for an engineer if you're interested in it for gameplay systems and tools experiences. And some of their investors, one of them is Riot Games.
Yeah. No, I think that's interesting. So
I hope RTS comes back.
I really do
too. I saw a thread and they were talking about how RTS is kind of an age gone by, but then mobile's starting to get very popular with RTS. So I would love to see like a new, I don't know, it's just, I don't want to see that type of genre go away, but with anything with video games, what's old is new, and we still have pixelated 8-bit games coming out that are super popular.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like
exciting.
I feel like this team will bring a unique take onto that. Oh
yeah, they have the chops and the experience to definitely like revitalize the genre for sure, and that is really cool.
Yeah,
look at that transition we actually did.
I know. The thing is, I could weave in a bunch of Blizzard X studios into our stories if we want to, because there's at least 7 or 8 now, I want to say.
Yeah, that's true. I need to add them to Facebook and Instagram.
Okay, not to go on a whole nother tangent, but did we ever talk about Chris Metzen's Wargaming?
I feel like we did, because I said I'd give him all my money. Yeah,
probably. Okay. Anyways, back to Blizzard. In Hearthstone, they are also celebrating Lunar New Year. So Lunar New Year, you can celebrate across all bunch of different games. The big thing for most people, I think, will be these legendary quests, so you can get some free Hearthstone packs. You can get
those card packs look really, really cool.
Yeah, you get a total of 9 card packs from playing 1 game of Battlegrounds, 5 games of Duels, and 5 games of Rank Standard. So cool stuff. Free card packs for everyone is always a good thing.
Yes.
Now this stuff, I really like this. The 3 Kingdoms Heroes. These are skins you're going to be able to buy in game, and that Valera one is so freaking top notch. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So much attitude and sass in that pose right there. And Anduin looks all like majestic.
Regal. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's Uther looking all like scary looking. The Uther
one's interesting because that looks almost exactly like the Reinhardt Lunar New Year skin from a couple of years ago.
So you're saying all beards look alike? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes. All beards look exactly the same.
as you have a beard.
And then there's a Tavern Brawl being brought back, the Lunar Blessings Tavern Brawl. Yeah, lots of fun stuff in Hearthstone. And I imagine we'll get some
Another
more news.
fun thing in Hearthstone, which I didn't know about. Well, I think I knew
Yes.
about it. I just forget. Is this Anduin bundle? I need to play Hearthstone.
Battlegrounds is really fun.
Well, it's the hero
fun.
Books, right?
I know. These are solo adventures basically.
Okay, so like here's the blurb, and it just sounds like stupidly fun because I'm like a big lore nerd. So it's the SI7 Anduin bundle for $10 you can buy from the Blizzard store or Battle.net store. Long before he became High King of the Alliance, Anduin had a cloak and dagger adventure with the SI7, Stormwind Intelligence, a secretive military force and spy organization. Become a part of His Majesty's Secret Service with SI7 Anduin bundle. Buy the SI7 Anduin bundle to add 5 priest class packs and the new priest animated portrait art to your collection, including new emotes of Anduin's regular board interactions. That just looks cool. It sounds cool. Like, I've missed out because there's like 6 or 7 of these hero books now, or books of heroes.
Mm-hmm. I'm way behind though too. I'm still making my way through Jaina's, which is the first one.
Yeah, and I missed that one. I feel like I should have bought that one. Oh man, it just blows me away every time with Hearthstone having another game mode or version of something because it's a card game, but it works. It's so cool.
Yeah,
and this bundle really is available through February 8th. So I need to buy that now.
Get it fast if you're wanting to get
Where's my
this.
Battle.net client?
Sorry if you're listening to this after it's available and you wanted it. I'm really sorry.
I'm adding it to my cart right now.
Oh my goodness, you are.
Because I will forget. I'm terrible.
No, I know. It's important.
You know I'm terrible? What? No, I'm kidding.
Exactly. There is a little bit of Heroes of the Storm news. It's a little bit sad because it is senior game designer Adam Jackson transitioning away from Heroes to another project within Blizzard. But the TLDR of his post is that he was involved in the hiring of his replacement, and he's confident that they're going to be able to continue on Heroes of the Storm as it has been. So I don't know. It's not surprising when a game is kind of in maintenance mode. Designers are definitely going to want to move on to something a little more active and a little more creative for them.
Yeah.
Because Heroes of the Storm, I'm sure the team is really small and they can only do so much during the year. I mean, we had Hogger a couple months ago. I'm sure there's another hero coming up in the pipeline somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to have something for BlizzCon. But
yeah. Well, he's still with Blizzard, so it's not necessarily sad.
Not totally lost.
Oh. Okay, here we go. He's a senior game designer at Blizzard Entertainment for Diablo 4.
Where does it say that? I didn't see that.
On his Twitter account.
Oh, okay.
So he's going to Diablo 4. That's not a surprise. Because that is definitely, they need all hands on that one.
That
if you
is
click his
not
profile,
surprising. Okay, yeah, I'm on it right now.
Yep.
Yeah, that's not surprising because a couple people have shuffled out of Diablo 4, most notably oh my gosh, I forget his name. He was David Kim. He's on the WoW team now. We talked about that a couple episodes ago, I feel like. But he was the one on stage that you really liked. He was talking about a whole bunch of the systems in the game where you take a picture on Instagram where we're like, oh, charts or something like that.
Oh, flowcharts. Yeah,
flowcharts.
Gotta look at flowcharts. Yeah.
But yeah, he's now on the WoW team, so I don't know, shuffling people around where they're needed, I guess.
Yeah. And especially with Diablo 4, it is a big game that they need the extra support on for sure.
Yeah, it's an ambitious project for them,
but it will happen.
It will happen. It's real. We've played it. So it exists in some form.
Yes. And people want it to happen.
Yeah. But how about IRL loot?
Oh man, there's so much. No, there's hardly anything right now because BlizzCon's 2 weeks away. Um, that's the hard part, especially is like a lot of the stuff. There's no new merchandise coming out. The one thing, and I kind of checked through all the websites. The one thing I did notice with Alt Gear, that clothing line that has a lot of hoodies and outerwear, um, they only have 6 items for the Overwatch segment of their page. So that's it. It's just like kind of the doodle themed stuff. Now, if you go to their sale page of 40% off, which is a great deal, by the way, all the team merch that they had of like the Boston and um I don't know, other teams in Overwatch. It's been so long since I followed it. Um, on their sale page, they have a lot of that stuff for sale. The Excelsior, New York Excelsior, the Spark teams. So if you want to get some of the older team merch, now the one downside I did notice, not downside, I should say, is I'm curious what this is going to mean of new style of stuff, because the next thing we're going to talk about is the Overwatch League store shop change.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the team's logos and icons have been kind of updated per se. So I'm curious if Altgear got like the heads up of like, hey, put all this stuff on clearance. We're gonna get you some new logos to print. Because that makes a lot of sense, especially with having Overwatch League be around for so long. So when Jimmy pulled up on the overwatchleague.com, you go to the team shops. A lot of the shops are actually on coming soon statuses.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't click a lot of them. For example, Atlanta Rain, you can't click it, but if you look at it, it has this really cool, like sharp edge looking falcon or bird, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But Boston Uprising is working. Which one did you click?
I clicked on Shanghai's just because it goes to this Chinese webpage that
Isn't that neat?
I'm assuming you need to, it looks like you need to sign in for this. I'm curious how they will, because they do have fans here in the States. So I would imagine they're going to have some sort of English shop as well. It doesn't look like this is fully fleshed out. NYXL
but if you go to
has their shop up, and I have to say, NYXL has some of the best like gear. Of course, I'm clicking on it and nothing's coming up. What happened?
And that's why a lot of this is coming soon.
There was stuff up there earlier. I don't know what happened.
It's still updated.
Everything's still in transition. I do like though. Liz from Esports pointed this out. Boston Uprising, they're using their players as models for their gear, and that is really cool, I think.
Yeah.
So instead of just some random LA model showing off this player's jersey, it's the actual player showing off their jersey.
Well, I know like Sure4 did a little bit of that for some of the things. But if you actually go to, and I put the 2 links in the notes, Shanghai and Boston, you can see the difference. The Shanghai one, it actually looks like it's a Blizzard-based storefront from Taobao.com. So I don't know if that's something that they're kind of going to make it universal in the Chinese market or not. Because, then that's going to be difficult for US fans to try and buy merch, unless, you can read Chinese or get a translator. I do hope that there is like a US version for a lot of the teams to purchase from. And I guess the same could go for like European or what have you. But it is nice to see them being able to customize. And I also do love the new stylized logos. Like the Gladiator looks really cool, and the Washington one looks really, really cool.
I didn't even notice that. That's they actually did this artwork for the playoffs last year, I think.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
It looks really, really cool.
But definitely that arc hasn't been on any merch yet. So I think teams would be wise to use that on their merch.
Exactly. Especially if they have it already set up for their team. Like this is their logo or an option of their logo.
Yeah, but on the landing page on the Overwatch League shop, they're using a lot of the shots from the staple jersey stuff. What I find interesting is like some of the jerseys are modeled by players and some of them are modeled by like models. So it's kind of interesting that they made that kind of decision between the different jerseys. I don't know why, but some creative decision going on there.
Okay. Well, like there's female models, I would assume, for like the women's clothing and stuff like that too. So, you can't just have it be a mannequin or a player for every single thing.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, no, it's still a work in progress, I think.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
Mayhem is having the most
yeah.
fun on theirs.
Mayhem's their store is up.
But even then it's very limited in what it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
So
imagine as
it's
we get closer to the launch of season 4, we'll get a lot more merch from teams.
or from BlizzCon, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe there'll be a bunch of Overwatch League announcements at BlizzCon.
Exactly.
Who knows?
Okay. Next thing in IRL loot. This bothers me. I want it. I'm not paying $70. So I'm on Facebook groups of like Blizzard merch and stuff like that. Apparently in China, at some point in the past year or something, they came out with a Blizzard merch of an Illidan Murloc plush. Why do we not have this here?
Blizzard,
it looks
please
just like the Illidan pet. Yeah, right?
Oh my gosh. This reminds me of, you remember, I think it might have been WonderCon. I was perusing all the pops, and someone had a golden Illidan pop figure, which was a China exclusive.
Exclusive or something, yeah.
And I was actually considering buying it, and I think it was like $80 or something stupid like that for a freaking pop figure.
Yeah. Exactly. And this is the killer. People are able to buy this from China or wherever they're getting it from. But now I'm worried about knockoffs. Like, I'm not going to pay $70 for a knockoff. But I'm like, why hasn't Blizzard published this or allowed it to get sold here in the US? Because I know the Murlocs are super popular here as plushies. And also it has a blade thing. What's the sword thing? The
blade
hilt
blade of Asenath.
They have it. It looks perfect. So Blizzard, make it. I want it. I don't want to buy a knockoff from China.
Bring it here, please.
Please. Let's see. And then, as I joked earlier, the Blizzard Gear Store, there's nothing new going on. There's no real sales. You'll get a 15% off coupon when you buy your collector's bundle. But for Overwatch 2, I was like, we couldn't feature the Overwatch 2 merch, even though Overwatch 2 is not happening. Maybe there'll be some new ones, but there's that gorgeous Overwatch 2 desk mat for $30. They're really large too. Like, that's what blows my mind is how big they are.
I really like the desk mats. I've become accustomed to them.
Exactly. And then the other thing I decided to feature was the Overwatch 2 Collector's Edition pin for $20. Who doesn't love a pin? Because we're not getting Overwatch 2 this year.
Yeah. Overwatch is still fun, though.
It is. It is. And we'll see what they come up with it in addition to. The one thing I didn't know how to work this in. The one thing with BlizzCon being around the corner, they even mentioned it. If you go to the BlizzCon site, Jimmy, at the very top of the notes, they even said, hint, keep an eye on the Blizzard Gear Store for BlizzCon because there will be a helm of Arthas. So the helm that Sylvanas tore broke apart off of Bolvar's head, you can now buy a replica of it, but they didn't give us a price or anything.
I was reading on some websites that said $300, but I couldn't confirm that was actually the price or not.
That I would believe $300 if it's like a full metal headpiece and how big it could be. But it's definitely like a teaser, like, hey, make sure you got your wallet, like clear off some credit cards, or save some money for 2 weeks, like save that paycheck.
Yeah, exactly.
So, until BlizzCon hits, we're not going to see anything new. And everything that's kind of been on sale or clearance is going to be, you could have gotten a better deal already. There's no big deals coming out between now and BlizzCon. There's no like Thanksgiving or anything like that, or Boxing Day. So IRL loot, I'm just excited for BlizzCon. Like, I want to buy things, and I'm sad because I feel like we would have been able to buy stuff already for BlizzCon if it was happening in person by now, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Because then I would have been like, I bought it. I now get to show up the day before, and I can get the big old bag of stuff, and then take it back to my hotel room, and then buy more stuff the next day because they can't announce everything. So I'm waiting impatiently to buy more things.
And now it's 13 days till BlizzCon.
Oh my gosh. It's
Oh,
fine. Today's Saturday. It's fine.
Today's Saturday, yeah.
Yeah. So I need to play some Hearthstone because it's fun. I did update it on my phone. I need to play some WoW.
You can play it in bed or lying on the couch on your phone. It's so easy to play.
Yeah. I need to do it. My brother texted me. He's like, "Good job on playing a game you don't, or buying the thing for a game you don't play."
Exactly.
He's not wrong.
No, he's not.
Yeah. How long has this been? This has been a long one, hasn't it?
Yeah, we're an hour and a half.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of stuff that happened within this week, especially.
Yeah, there was a lot of pre-BlizzCon stuff that I wasn't expecting, but we got news on it anyways.
Yeah. And then we got to figure out what we're going to do for BlizzCon.
Yeah.
That'll be exciting.
Yeah,
hopefully we can do the streaming.
We'll stream at some point, I'm sure. Even if it's after all the panels and
like
stuff.
A wrap up.
We'll do a wrap up show for sure.
Easily.
On Friday night. Yeah, definitely reach out to us on social medias and hang out with us for BlizzCon virtually. It'll be a lot of fun.
Hopefully
we'll try to do something. I know we enjoyed Con Before the Storm last month.
That was a lot of fun.
That really kind of got me into the mindset of BlizzCon is happening.
Yeah.
Even though we can't meet in person.
It'll be okay.
Yeah. Lots of memories coming up on Facebook of events.
Oh, seeing friends and everything. Yeah. That's probably the biggest sadness.
Yeah.
Is not seeing our friends in IRL.
Yeah, well, there's light at the end of the tunnel, though. We're getting there.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. All right.
But yeah, let's wrap up this episode. Again, this is episode 25 of the Nexus with Jimmy and Heather. Nexus Podcast is your breakdown of all the important news in the world of Blizzard Entertainment. Old episodes can be listened to on nexuspodcast.com, which is available on all the major podcasting platforms: Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and TuneIn. Follow the conversation throughout the week at hashtag Nexus Podcast, and check out old videos, youtube.com/DJ Tyrant, and check out our social medias for links to all our other social media groups, Facebook and Discord, all that good stuff. I'm at twitter.com/DJ Tyrant, and Heather is
H Sailor Moon.
And yeah, that'll be it for episode 25 of the Nexus Podcast. Thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you next time. And as always, stay tight.